Hello everybody. My 2012 BMW X5 35i recently threw a check engine light warning up on the dash. So I'm going to run it down to the auto parts store, have them pull the codes, and we'll see if we can figure out what's going on. Both auto parts stores read the same code. According to the BMW diagnostic fault code chart that I have, a 3163 is also a P149D. Tank safety valve shutoff valve jammed open. Evaporative emission system shutoff valve 2 stuck off. P149D, which according to the internet says that's a evaporative emissions system shutoff valve 2 stuck off. Problem is, which one's valve 1 and which one's valve 2? There's also some additional confusion in that one of the car parts stores said this device right here for about $17 and change is probably the culprit. Well, as best as I can determine, I'm going to have to replace the canister purge valve assembly. It's going to be pretty easy to get to. I'm going to remove the airbox, a couple of screws, the ductwork, it's up there. I'm going to take this airbox off, and then the purge valve assembly is right here where my screwdriver is. That's the electrical connector. Here's one of the gas vent lines. Looks like there are 2 electrical connections and 3 lines that are connected to it. It looks like hardly any tools are going to be required, right? The way this connector comes off is you simply squeeze it, and that takes the shape from an oblong shape or an oval shape to a round shape and allows you to pull it off. There's one of them right here, and you can play around with it so you get a feel for how this is going to work. But you can see it's very oval shaped right there. And when you squeeze it, it makes it round and allows it to come off. So that's how that connection will work. That's how this connection will work. And then this connection right here also has a similar kind of locking clamp. There are 2 electrical connections. One of them is right here where my thumb, and the other one is right there. I don't think any other tools are going to be required. If I'm not mistaken, once I get the airbox off, there's a metal bracket that comes right through this slot here. So this device slides onto that metal bracket. So it should be pretty straightforward repair. We'll see whether that takes care of it. I got the part pretty inexpensively. It was discounted pretty steeply on eBay. I'm not sure why. They said it's brand new, but we'll see if it lives up to the claim. You know, sometimes you get what you pay for, but this was almost half the price of anybody else online. And then I'm also anxious to see whether it looks like there are 2 electrical devices, one here and one here. So there are obviously 2 valves here, and based on the diagnostic code that was thrown, only one of the 2 is bad. But the electrical connector should come off without any tools. You just slip the metal ring away from the connector, away from the body of the connector, which is a latching lock, and then the connector should just pull right out. There are 2 of them. The other one is a little different, doesn't have a metal locking ring, but you just squeeze it and then it should slip right off. So I have the airbox off, and there you can see the purge valve right there. There it is right there with the electrical connector. There's the electrical connector coming down. The hose connection right under here that you have to pinch. There'll be another one right over here we have to pinch, but it's going to slide right off of that bracket, slide straight toward the camera. So here's my new valve. And you can see it has a valve up here and a second one back here. So there's a set of electrical connections up here and another set of electrical connections right here. And I was hoping that this is valve 2, this is valve 1, because this is a little bit easier to get to, and I'll show you why. So here we are standing over the driver's side wheel, looking into the engine compartment. I've removed the air box already and some of the ducting, and right here you can see the throttle body. There are 4 screws that hold that. I've removed that. Right here is the second valve, valve 2 of the purge valve or fuel vent system. I removed the front valve, and I actually replaced the front valve with my new one, threw it all back together again without having to remove the throttle body, and that did not clear up the engine fault. So again, I replaced the front valve, which is not shown right now, but it attaches right here. I replaced what I'm going to call valve 1 with my new one, and the fault did not clear. So that leads me to believe that this back valve, the valve that I have here, is valve 2, and the only way to get to it is the only way to disconnect it is you have to remove the throttle body, and when you pull it away you can see that here's the valve 2, there's a hose that runs here, and then it connects to right here. So we'll replace the whole assembly now, take out valve 2, reattach valve 1, remake the electrical connections, throw it back together again, and see whether the engine fault or check engine light is off. There's also an issue with one of the hoses, and I will show you a little more about that in just a moment. Here is valve 1 of the original coming out of the vehicle and the new one. And as I mentioned, I've detached valve 2. Valve 2 attaches right here and here. I've removed that for the time being. But I wanted to show you a problem I ran into. So this is the new valve, and if you look really carefully at this, you can see that the new valve, this port right here, is different from this one. You can see that this one is a little bit longer than this one. So when I first put this valve in, hoping this was valve 2, when I first put this valve in and tried to connect it to the breather line, the breather hose would not snap on. And it took me forever to realize that, in fact, if you replace this valve that has this configuration with this valve, you're going to need to replace your breather hose as well. If your breather hose has already been replaced, you may not need to replace the breather hose. And the reason I say that is I think the new breather hose will attach to either one of these valves, but the old breather hose will not attach to the new valve. So the latest replacement hose will work on either one because it seems to have 2 O-rings, and again I'll show you that in just a moment. Whereas the old hose will not work on a new valve. So here are the 2 breather hoses. The one on the right is the original that came out of the car. The one on the left is the new replacement one. And if you look really closely here, you can see on the new one it has 2 O-rings. There's a blue one and a black one. Whereas the original hose has only a single black O-ring. These connectors themselves are obviously just a little bit different. If you have a new valve, then you need to get the new hose that goes with it. Your old hose just will not make a proper connection. The old hose has the following BMW part number: BMW 139075 78295. It's a -02, but not important. So the old hose, BMW 1390 7578 295. And the new hose, as you can see here, the BMW has been scraped off, and this part was almost $18 less expensive than the genuine BMW part. So this is considered an original equipment supplier, OES, and it's marked 13907 636 133. So BMW 1397 636 133. It is possible that this hose, because of the two O-rings, will fit nicely on an old valve or new valve. But if you get a new valve and you have an old hose, your old breather hose or breather line, I think they call it, the technical term is breather line, but I keep calling it a breather hose. The breather hose will need to be replaced if you're using a new valve. So I've just checked to see whether the new hose will fit the old valve. And because of the double O-rings and because of the spacing on the clip, it looks like it secures very nicely. So my conclusion here is the new hose that has the double O-rings will work on the old style or the new style valve, but the older vent line or vent hose with the single O-ring will not work on the newer valve.